I'm Cuban living in Galicia. For over a year, I've had a channel in Galician with Galician television. They challenged me, and honestly, it was tough since I had to learn a new language. It's the language of Galicia, and each week I organize and study to learn it. Today, I'll share more about my routine for working on this channel. How much do I earn, how do I organize, and how many days do I dedicate? Stick around for this video.
Hi, how are you? And welcome back to my channel. I'm Anita Mato. I'm from Cuba and I live in Galicia. Welcome to my home, to my little apartment here in Galicia. And welcome to this channel, which is a channel where I share my life in Galicia. So many things already. If you're interested, you can watch all the videos on this channel. We give tips, advice, life experiences, a bit of everything. How I've progressed here in Spain. And today, precisely, we're going to make a video that I think I've never done before, and it's about how I make the videos. For this channel, I have a channel in collaboration with Galician television, which is this one. It's still going, and I've been part of this project for about a year now. They contacted me. Well, anyway, I'm going to tell you the whole story. I'll give you more details. I'll take you with me on a work day, how I prepare to speak in another language to make videos on other topics. In Galicia, you'll join me for a work day, and I'll share more about how this began, if and how much I get paid, and other details like that. So come with me for a work day for Galician television. Here in this little notebook, it's my little idea notebook. I'm always looking for ideas. It's part of my daily life, never resting, not even when I eat, mentally speaking. And now, of course, every week I have to record a video for this channel in Galician, which I mentioned to you and which I'll talk about in this video. And here I have some little ideas written down, so I analyze them. I talk a bit about them with artificial intelligence too, because why would I lie to you? Yes, I use it and everyone uses it. Every content creator nowadays uses artificial intelligence, not 100% to guide you in everything, but as support, as a tool. You have to know how to use artificial intelligence, you know? It's meant to help us, not just for the bad things. There are also very good things about artificial intelligence. I also need to study and prepare myself. Because for me, this channel is much more difficult than my usual channel, which is the one I'm speaking on now, that channel in Galician. For me, it's a double challenge because I have to make interesting videos that capture a specific audience. And speaking in another language and at the same time raising awareness of that language, like I'm learning it, I'm adapting, so that people from outside know that this language exists here in Galicia, that it's disappearing. Many young people don't want to speak it anymore, and it's important to speak it, right? Because it's part of the history, part of the identity, part of the culture. And why not learn it? Learn it, that's it, and nothing else. I have my ideas for this week because actually I have to record a video this week every week. Double stress, 2 channels, 2 videos a week. It's a lot of stress because I was always used to making just 1 video a week. You might say, make more videos, but okay, but I do everything by myself, all by myself, and it causes me quite a bit of stress. Well, I'm gonna go have lunch and keep thinking here about ideas. Well, it's already 4 in the afternoon, and at this time, I'm going to get started working on the project. In Galician, I dedicate about 2 days a week to it, 1 day when I record and another day when I edit the content. Sometimes I do everything in 1 day, but I always prepare the content ahead of time like I did last night. Today I'm gonna meet a boy who has really gone viral on social media. He's a boy from Cuba actually, but he speaks Galician perfectly. He's gone viral on social media for making content in Galician. I'll share the boy's profile here. His mom is Cuban and he's only been here 2 years. But it's incredible how quickly children learn, much faster than we adults do. I'm really impressed. So, the people from TV who manage things for me were the ones who sent me that profile for me to check out, and they told me what it would be like. They guide me. I mean, this TV job, I always have people who are guiding me and kind of recommending what I should do, or what might work, what might not. That's how I get ideas, though I come up with many myself. They said meeting this boy and making a video with him would be really cool. Today, I'll work for the Galician channel Botella de Azucre and make a video in Galician. I'm a bit intimidated by this little boy because he speaks Galician better than I do. I just have to go with the flow and use what I know, but he knows more. I'm heading to Padron, about an hour from my home in Carvalho, to meet him and his mom, who I've been messaging on social media. The boy isn't the one I've been talking to, but anyway, I'm really excited and I have some ideas about meeting him, about content that I prepared because I want to make things like reels and such and create. Really tal. For YouTube, for the channel in Galician, which is, well, the main goal. And well, if it's going to be a work day with me at home, I'll tell you and give you more details. I'll share more details about what I'm doing in Padron. Well, it's the next day. As I told you, I dedicate about 2 days a week to this project, which is also a job, sometimes more depending on whether I fall behind. What I have to tell you is that I don't edit these videos. If you've seen them at any point, just know that I don't do the editing. They are edited in a department at Galician Television, which is located in Santiago de Compostela. I have visited them, I met them when they first spoke to me. All I have to do is put the clips together. Now I just transfer everything to the computer with a card reader, the separate clips. I put them together in the editing program. And if I have to do any voiceover or anything, I do it. For example, in this video, I have to do a voiceover, but of course, it's a voiceover in Galician. So what I do, because I still don't think in Galician, obviously, let me say that Galician is not a dialect, ladies and gentlemen. Galician is a language, it's an official language. Just so you know a bit of history, in the Middle Ages there was Portuguese, Galician Portuguese. I'm not sure exactly what it was called. Let's look it up so we don't say anything silly and talk about the history of Galician. So you know that in Spain more languages are spoken. In Spain it's not just Spanish that's spoken. Depending on the autonomous community where you live, one language or another is spoken. For example, Catalonia takes Catalan very seriously, and people in the Basque country are very serious about their language, Euskera, which I think is the hardest language. I don't know because it's not, that's just how it is. What happens is that Catalan and Galician are much more similar to Spanish than Euskera is. Euskera is extremely difficult, but it's the language of the Basque country. So if you want a civil service job or an administrative role there, or get into a university or a school in one of those regions, in one of those autonomous communities, you have to learn that language just like in Galicia. So Galician is a language, it's a Romance language. It comes directly from Vulgar Latin, which was introduced in Galicia by the Romans. I mean, Vulgar Latin arrived here. And then it evolved into Galician. It started developing as its own language around the 9th century. I guess it's the 9th century, one and an X, right? So this is written in Galician. Let's see if I can translate it. Of course, that was Galician Portuguese. It became Galician Portuguese in the Middle Ages. That was the language. Look at that. That's why Galician is very similar to Portuguese, and a lot of people mention it to me. It's very similar to Portuguese. Yes, it's because the language has a shared origin. Galicia is here, Portugal is down here. The language has a common origin. Historically, Galician Portuguese became a language of lyrical culture throughout the Iberian Peninsula. At that time, then Galicia joined Castile and Galician was banned for a long time. I mean, people were forced to speak Castilian, and then in modern times, in the 19th century, cultural recovery began. In 1906, the Royal Galician Academy was founded, and today it is an official language and internationally recognized. Of course, when Portugal separated as a country, its way of speaking evolved. Galicia also evolved, so they have their differences, but at the same time, they are very similar, quite a lot. I think that a Galician speaker and a Portuguese speaker can communicate very well. Also, during the dictatorship here in Galicia, even though the person who was the dictator here was Galician, look, he also banned speaking Galician. So Galician is a language that has been trying to stay alive for a long time because many times people have tried to eliminate it, to silence it. So, is there a strong effort to protect it nowadays so that it doesn't get lost because it's a language in which even ancient poems are written, literature, it's part of the traditions, and in the villages? Here in Galicia, people speak Galician. Most older people speak Galician. If you go out on the street, older people will speak to you in Galician. So that's why this project came to me, which I'm going to tell you about now. Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you about it now. How it came to me, how much they pay me, what the contract is like, that kind of thing, what I can share, right? Now I'm going to go through all the clips. I have to record some audio, and I export all of that together but without detailed editing. I just cut out some of my own mistakes so that the people on TV who are the ones editing don't see me messing up so much. Although, well, sometimes I do leave it in because it's funny. It's like part of the reality is that I make mistakes. So I export all of that and send it to them through Google Drive or WeTransfer. I send them the link. They download it at the TV station and they edit it and upload it to Galician Television's streaming platform, which is this one. It's called Agalega Gal. And they also put it on the YouTube channel, which is the YouTube channel. I don't handle that. I don't manage the social media for that project. They handle it. But I'm always present there, replying to comments from my own profile. So now I'm going to do a little editing. I'm going to spend the afternoon on this, organizing everything. It takes me a little while to send it to them because today is Monday, so I have to send it tonight because they have to upload, edit, and post everything on Thursday at 6 in the evening. So give me a little time to do all this and I'll see you in a bit. I have this little cable, so I take out the card where I recorded, connect it here to the computer, and put all the clips together and do all that work, but then they do the more professional editing. And well, that's how it turned out. I did that editing myself, but they add the captions, they add the cuts. I send them a rough version, but they fix it up a lot more. But almost always my little girl gives, and that's it. And of course, here they add words, they add things, because they also have to show when I make a mistake, when a word is right, when a word is wrong. And this project is basically so that people from outside, so that people who emigrate and want to integrate as well, can get to know the culture of Galicia, get to know the language, so that it isn't lost, and so that those from outside also want to learn. Because in the end, if we choose Galicia as a home, as our new home, well, I think, as I've always said on this channel and everywhere, that we, the newcomers, have to integrate. We have to learn about the place that welcomes us, the place that opens its doors to us and is our new home. If you move to the US, you have to learn English to get opportunities. Similarly, in Spain, if you go where another language is spoken, learn it, it will open many doors even if you doubt it. Well, I'm done now. I've already sent the clips. Now I also send suggestions for titles and all that, even though they take care of everything, like making the title and the thumbnails. The truth is, it's a job, but I have a much harder time with this regular channel than with that one. With that channel, I have the job of having to speak in another language, and for me, recording myself is super complicated, but at least I don't have to edit, so that saves me work. It saves me the effort on that. Although I feel like it would be easier for me to edit on that channel, on this channel, it's easier for me to record because it's just me being myself in the language I'm comfortable with, in the Spanish I've spoken all my life. Editing is tough for me, but for that one, the preparation, getting ready, recording myself, and planning to make it interesting is the challenge. The mental effort feels tougher for me on that channel than this one, since here I'm just myself. On that one, I'm also myself, but I'm myself in another language, which I've only been learning for a year. So they give me the challenges. Let me put away the computer since I'm done and it ran out of battery. The challenges that I've had to complete. It's a channel that's all about challenges too. And that came to me at the end of 2024 yes, at the end of 2024. That opportunity came to me. I like I've always told you, anything that can bring me something, whether it's learning or a challenge for me, and I know it could work well for me, I say yes to it, you know? I said yes, even though I had no idea. I used to hear my neighbors, the lady upstairs, who's an older woman, speaking Galician. I didn't know anything, so they told me that. And of course, I had to commit to learning that language because there was a challenge. I had to learn it in 100 days. At first, it was just 100 days learning Galician. And I said, wow, 100 days is not a lot of time. I'm going to make the effort or whatever. It was a challenge for me because they gave me the challenge to learn in 100 days. So we had to start on a day so that when those 100 days were up, it would be May 17th. In fact, I'm making this video because May 17th has already passed, which is Galician Literature Day, the day of the Galician language, so to speak, the day the language is recognized or whatever. They hold events here in Galicia to celebrate the language, they recognize a writer and so on. So it's already been a year since that 100-day challenge. A year later, I'm still here with this channel and project because it worked. They liked it. I was really afraid that it wouldn't work, that I wouldn't be the right person for this. Like I always tell you, I'm always really afraid of not being good enough. But I'm surprised that I made it. I mean, right now I understand Galician, everything. Speaking is a little harder for me because I get more embarrassed. I think speaking is always a bit more complicated. For example, it's harder for me to talk to people who speak Galician because what if I say something wrong and they laugh at me? There's always that feeling of, oh, I don't want them to laugh at me. I try to do the best I can, but I speak really well when I'm alone here explaining myself. Sometimes I even think, oh, how would you say that in Galician? And the word comes to me, and then I look it up online and I said it right. It's like I already have it internalized. I've internalized a lot of the language, even though there are still many things that are hard for me. So when those 100 days are up, Anita, what happens? I thought that was the end of everything. Besides, they were paying me and it was a little extra income here at home. With that, I was able to do a lot more things. I paid a lot more taxes, yes, but I also did a lot more things and I could save more, you know. That also helped me save up to buy my apartment, having that extra little job, right? I think that was my main source of savings. I took that money to save it so I could buy my apartment. And the other job on TV where I also did a show, in fact, they're reviewing it now. They're airing it again on Sundays at 8 p.m. on Galician television because they had paused it to show it in the summer, which is better, right? When those 100 days were up, I thought we weren't going to continue, but they told me yes, that they actually liked it, and now they were going to give me another challenge. They give me the challenges. My plan was just to complete them. They wanted me to take the Selga 2 exam. The Selga exam is a test where I took a break in the summer and didn't record anything. I mean, in the summer, I'm going to rest. Everything stops in the summer. I didn't record during the 2 summer months. So when we came back in September, I told them, well, what are we going to do? Are we going to continue or not? They told me yes, but this time they wanted me to take an official language exam. And I was like, oh my god, what am I going to do? Now I have to prove that it's real. Now I have to prove myself. If I have to take an official language exam, I have to measure up. Because sometimes I used to record, but I would read a little bit of what I had to say. But to take an exam, you really have to know it well. So I found myself a teacher, a girl I met totally by chance. At the gym, I say that things were just there by chance, but I don't know why for what I needed, which was Maria. She's a Galician girl I met at the gym, and she was one of my followers. We became friends, and she told me she was a teacher and taught kids, and she could teach me Galician. And I said, wow, incredible that this came into my life. A little kiss, Maria. Sending you one. And so I started taking classes with Maria. Maria gave me homework. Maria sent me to watch content in Galician. Maria gave me several challenges, and I think thanks to Maria, I made a lot of progress. All the time, Maria speaks to me in Galician. She's a girl from here in Carvalho who speaks Galician all the time. It's her number one language. The way she communicates is in Galician, like many other people in Galicia. And so, even though I spoke to her in Spanish, she would correct me and speak to me in Galician. And by hearing it, the language started to stick with me much more. And well, that's how it went. I prepared for that test. I took the test. I don't remember exactly when. Honey, I took the test. No, I did it in December, in November or December of 2025. Honey, I passed the test. I wrote a paragraph explaining many things in Galician, and that's when it came to me. The and everything I knew, I expressed it, I wrote it down, and I was so proud of myself. I walked out of there and I knew I had passed and I felt super good. And they gave me that challenge. I mean, I completed other challenges too that they gave me. And right now, I don't think they've given me any other challenge. I'm waiting to see what challenge they'll give me. I'm not sure if it was the Camino de Santiago or the test, but at a higher level. Higher level, I don't know. I think the Camino de Santiago would be cool. Or right now, I'm making little videos of myself getting to know Galicia and experimenting, improvising a bit, and they're working pretty well. So obviously, I have a contract signed with them. That's how all of this works. It's just another job, it's extra income. Because of contracts and all that, I can't say how much I earn. I know I put it in the thumbnail. Oh, how much do I earn? I'll just tell you. It's an extra payment. I mean, I get paid per episode, a certain amount. For example, one episode, this amount plus VAT, you know? And then like on the 30th of each month, they pay me like a salary for that little extra work I do. And sometimes when there isn't an episode because it's a holiday week and that week we don't work. For example, the week in April, this Holy Week, they told me this week there isn't an episode. Well, they don't pay me for that episode. They pay me for the 3 episodes that were in the month and I earned a little less, but well, it's a little extra money that helps me a lot so much to save and to help my family in Cuba to do more little things. And honestly, I'm really grateful. I'm very grateful to Galicia, to Galician television for giving me this opportunity. This opportunity along the way, I would like to keep improving, keep learning, take this project to a higher level, keep gaining subscribers. Honestly, it's a very small channel because it's a channel oriented toward a specific audience, which is an audience, I suppose, from Galicia. Not for people from outside like this channel, which is for audiences from all over the world who speak Spanish and understand what I say. That channel is more oriented toward a specific community. So if you see me speaking Galician somewhere, yes, that's me on another channel because a lot of people write to me like, hey, make videos on your regular channel because I'm watching videos in a language I don't understand. And I'm like, That's another channel. My regular channel is this one, and I keep making videos every week. So this channel is my main channel. It's my treasure, my main project, which is all mine, built from scratch, and I do everything myself. I edit, I record, I do everything. I dedicate 2 days a week to it, and it's to this project as well. And the rest of the days, sometimes I take a break, obviously. I have to rest, my love. And on the rest of the days, well, I create content for my other social media, but I never stop. You will never see me spend a day doing absolutely nothing, even if it seems like I do. I know this is a job that's easier than others, a privileged job, but my mind never stops. And only those of us who do this full time and have so many things going on know the pressure it feels like. But anyway, that's it. I hope you like this little video. Subscribe, give it a like, and all that stuff. And I'll see you next Sunday with a new video from Anita in Galicia, the Cuban girl in Galicia. Oof. Someone asked me if I was going to keep saying that I'm a Cuban in Galicia or a Spaniard in Galicia, but no, I'm Cuban. I'll stay Cuban, even with my new Spanish citizenship. That doesn't take away the fact that I'm Cuban. I was born in Cuba, and I'm Cuban. I am Cuban. I have papers from Spain too, but I'm still Cuban. That's where I was born and raised. It's my identity and what defines me. It's what I feel. Connected. Look at this accent. Do you think this accent can be hidden? No. I've been here 3 years and still don't have the accent. I'm still Cuban, and even though I hang out with Galician people, because now I hang out with Galician people more than before, well, that's it. I still talk like this, although sometimes I pick up a little bit of their sing-song way of speaking. My family in Cuba says, "You have a Galician accent?" I reply, "What?" No, that's not true. I still speak the way I speak, but well, when I talk to Cubans, I go back to speaking pure Cuban, wow. But when I talk to Galicians, I kind of start speaking more calmly, with dimension. To pronounce each letter better, because sometimes we Cubans swallow the letters, well, that's it, not much more, blah blah blah. I'm saying goodbye, see you next Sunday, bye.